Good evening. Let's call the Planning Commission meeting Monday, May 10th, 2021 to order. Roll call, myself, Mr. Duncan,
Here.
Mr. Hema,
Here.
Mr. Lindell,
Here.
Mr. Christensen,
Here.
Mr. Mattson,
Here.
all here. Approve the agenda, looking for a motion.
I move to approve the agenda. I'll second it.
Motion's been made by Mr. Duncan and seconded by Mr. Hema. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Let's have a motion, if not some corrections or additions to the approval of the minutes from the April 12th, 2021 meeting. Any additions or corrections? Yeah, I think so.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Motion's been made by Mr. Duncan, a second
I'll
by
second
Mr.
it.
Lundell. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none. Let's get right into number 5, public hearing, public input. Citizens may speak to the issue not on the agenda. Is there anyone here to speak on any agenda, anything that is not on the agenda? Gone. But okay, we have a public hearing this evening, public hearing variance for Erica and Juno Nygam. Did I get that close? Excuse me. Property at 717 State Street West. This hearing is in regards to fencing.
It is. Mike, would be a two-foot high variance. It's being requested by the homeowners to allow the homeowners to extend to a 6-foot high maintenance-free privacy fence into the side yards on the east and west side of the property.
Any questions on the commission?
Looks good. Well, I'd like,
Would you like to come forward and tell us what your proposal is? Speak up, please, if you could.
is the,
So we just want to extend,
is the button on the?
Way down on the bottom.
okay. You want me to talk? Go for it. We would like to extend our 6-foot high, well, we're installing a privacy fence in the rear yard, and we would like to extend it at 6 foot high past the rear points of the home. I think it's about 15 to 20 feet. One side is a little further in the back side yards. We want to keep it at 6 foot for privacy and for security. It is obscured from the street along the one side. There's woods, and on the other side, it's actually down at the bottom. We have a walkout basement, so it's down at the bottom of the hill. It's going to be minimally visible from the street. And so that's basically our desire.
Okay. Any questions by the commission?
I was just curious why you needed 6 feet versus, the code says 4 feet, so.
It's for security and visibility. We have windows, at least, at the rear ends of the house there that we would like to have within the fencing, because you can see, the neighbors can see right into our bedroom window and our basement window on the other side. So we would like to have those within the fencing, and we also would like to have the shed that you can see in the photo. We would like to have that within the fencing.
Okay. Oh, yeah, this one.
Yeah, I can see that of the
Yep.
depth into your rear yard.
Yeah, so it will be behind that retaining wall, behind the fence, or behind the shed. There is space that the retaining wall would come in front, or the fence would come in front of the retaining wall behind the shed. So it would just enclose the shed there. And then on the other side, along the woods, we just would like to bring it up because our bedroom and bathroom window are there. And when there's not tree cover, you can look right into our windows, so.
Yeah, see, drove by and looked at the site yesterday.
Yeah.
Didn't see any issues with it. Any other questions? Nobody here to speak against. Calling into the public hearing. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Let's move on to discussion items, which A would be what we just spoke of. Any input from the commission? Hearing none, is there a motion to accept or deny?
I'll make a motion to accept their request for the 2-foot variance.
I'll second it.
Go ahead. Mr. Duncan has made the motion. Who's taking second today? Bruce? Mr. Hema? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Motion passes. Oh, let's go to B, Habitat for Humanity, Lot 1200 on 6th Street. Is everyone on the commission familiar of this site? The old Hughesby corner?
Yep.
Someone from the public?
This is John Parks from Habitat for Humanity.
Okay,
The green light will be on.
right on.
Now it's on.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Hello, everyone. So, as you may know, land is a premium in Cannon Falls, and buildable lots are hard to come by. And we have a family that wants to live in Cannon Falls currently, and that is the only way we start a project is when we already have the family. We don't build on speculation. So we have to have a family, so the next thing is we have to have a lot. And we have a Habitat homeowner who has graciously offered to sell us a portion of their lot so that we can build on their lot in a subdivided. So that's what we're proposing. They've offered us a very good purchase price for this parcel of land, and they came up with the idea. We did not. So they approached us and said, how would you like to build on the back half of our property? And the size of this lot is very amenable to the size of our homes, and we often build on a very small lot, and this one seems to work just fine. The only issue that we have is that the sewer and waters, the sewer particularly, is 12 feet deep there, 12, maybe 12 and a half, so it's going to cost us some money to get that sewer into the lot, and of course, we're going to have to disturb the right-of-way, make a curb cut, and we might be able to come in through the alley, so maybe we don't make a curb cut, but in any event, we're going to tear things up a little bit, just like anybody does when they build a house. So what we're really wondering is this worth pursuing? And that's what we want to hear from you.
Easy question, what do the neighbors across the alley think of this idea?
There hasn't been any discussion with those neighbors as of
How
yet.
about in the whole neighborhood, have it?
No.
Don't you need to go around and talk to everybody?
For a variance, we would. If we apply for a variance, then we do have to go and talk to folks. I mean, you know, we have a hard enough time sometimes just building a Habitat house in a neighborhood. I don't think that's going to be the issue here because there's already one there, and she's been a great, she takes care of her home, she keeps it looking great, so, but the usual considerations would have to be followed there is whether there's any neighbors that would object. I assume that's part of a public hearing.
Correct, I believe this evening is just whether we could follow through on splitting the lot, correct?
I didn't hear you, what?
Tonight is just, we're going to okay whether or not the lot can be split.
If you split the lot, can you meet all the variances or all the setbacks?
Yeah, that's a good question, and we don't know all the answers to that.
I haven't seen the size of the house yet, John, or any
Okay.
plans, so that's, I'd be speculating on that one. But if you look at the other neighboring
I'm
lots
looking
that
at-
surround it, they're all, they're
I'm
all
looking
about
at it
that
going, well,
size.
it fits according to the other lot.
It does, yeah.
Would you enter this home off from St. Clair Street into the garage that way?
I would propose that we come in through the alley for the garage.
That may be a problem coming in from the alley because
What would be your concern there? I didn't hear that.
well, does not the home have to face, I could be wrong, face a street?
I think you're right on that, John.
Yes, it could face, there's no reason it couldn't face St. Clair. The house could face St. Clair, but then the garage would be offset. I mean, the ridges would run perpendicular. That's typically the way we attach a garage. Hers isn't done that way, but this is a plan, what I've drawn there is kind of been our favorite lately because it gives you access where you can walk right in from the garage right into the kitchen. So, I mean, the footprint you see on the drawing is just there as a placeholder, just to give you some idea.
Right.
I agree with John. The size definitely fits the neighborhood.
Yeah.
So that's one excellent thing there. Yeah,
I
the
always-
question will be when you submit plans, will you meet the setbacks or will there have to be variances? That kind of thing.
Yeah. I was always wondering why, when you guys built the other one, that you didn't split that right away. You know, I mean, because that's a big area.
It is, and that's before my time, and so I can't answer.
Yeah.
You know, maybe they didn't want to pursue the logistics of that at the
Yeah.
time. You know, we're often put in a position where, we're a volunteer-run organization in many ways, and so our family selection committee might not tell the building committee where they're going to build until April. So now you've got to scramble and buy a piece of land because we don't want to sit on land for 5 years. The holding costs are too much, so.
Well, it seems to me you'd have to do some development on that alleyway, because if I'm not mistaken, it's all grass, is it not at this point, other than on the very north end at Bill Hansen's old entryway into his back garage?
It looks like you're right on that one, Mike. We can double check that one.
Does 616 come in on a common drive with 1215, is that what I'm seeing? So if I'm not mistaken, that's grass all the way through.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Well, it's not, I don't know if I have to dismiss myself, but I sold this to Humanity. I owned it.
Okay.
Own it, so, but I have no problems with what you're gonna do, as long as everything meets. But that road goes up, and that home on 616 accesses his garage from that alley. And then from there on back is all grass, and they've cut it off.
Looks like that garage is facing the alleyway, isn't it?
Yeah, he enters that from the alley. Yep.
So do you think there would be problems with entering it from St. Clair Street and just turning, having the garage face St. Clair as well as the house?
Well, if you could get that to fit, I think that would be the wisest.
Oh, we can make it fit.
Would it not? How does the city feel about this? Engineering, has it gone that far?
No, it has not gone that
We're
far,
still at
Mike.
just
And like I
whether or
said,
not it
it's
can
really
split.
hard until we get the plans to know.
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
correct. With no measurements as to how this is going to reside within the lot.
So it sounds like we're being asked more or less just to approve the concept of you building here and
Splitting
then.
of the
It's
splitting
sort
of
of
the
a
parcel.
green light, red light, or yellow light kind of thing is what we're asking for. I mean, then if we knew that if people were open to the idea, then we'd get a set of plans here right away. Because we do have this homeowner that wants to live here, and so timing is of the essence. We don't like to put siding on in November, do we, Glenn?
No.
No, I think everything else being equal, I'm fine with doing it there.
Me
Any
too.
negative feelings from the commission that we should discuss or follow through?
I'm okay with it too, as long as you can meet the setbacks.
Yeah, until we get some measurements, we really
Right.
can't make,
Yeah,
but as far as the lot being split, I think we're in favor.
yes.
Put that in the form of a motion.
I'll make an emotion.
Glenn's made the motion, second to the motion.
I'll second it.
John has made the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
We'll bring a variance request to you guys.
We'll see you next month, is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that we need to discuss this evening?
I don't have
Anything on anybody's mind? Good. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
So moved?
Motion's been made by Mr. Duncan, seconded by Mr. Lundell. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hearing none, motion passes. Thank you.